he'd be gone like a few days at a time. There's been a lot of stress. I just wish I could capture and bottle this 2-year-old's personality.
4, 5, 6.
It's too easy to just live in like really baggy clothes when you're pregnant. They learn through testing you and like trying things out.
No!
Good morning, mister.
Good morning.
Do you want water and num num?
Whoa, whoa. No, no. Pretty baby.
Yeah, what's in there?
Baby.
Baby, is it a boy or a girl?
Boy.
No, it's a
Girl.
girl. And when is she going to come out? When?
Daddy.
When Santi comes. And what's Santi gonna bring for you?
Nina.
A Nino and
More.
a motorbike.
Moving, baby.
Where did you go? Are you practicing on your potty? Will mommy wash the face?
Yay.
Yeah. Oh, it's a heavy one.
Pumpkin.
Pumpkins.
They're lovely names.
It's sad that the baby can't have both names.
Oh, my tummy.
Good morning and welcome to breakfast with Lord Farquaad from Shrek. I'll show you what I'm making in a minute, but today I'm going to be vlogging what a typical day is like for me as a mama of a 2-year-old toddler while in my 3rd trimester of pregnancy and mostly alone. So my husband currently flies long haul and he'd be gone like a few days at a time and then he's home for a few days, but then like during those days he's like really tired as well. So what you'll be seeing is my system of survival. I'm putting my porridge, just Flavin's quick oats, into the microwave and then I'm going to show you how I make them really sexy. But yeah, my son will very happily watch like Peppa Pig or something like that while I prepare breakfast and then while he eats breakfast. I won't lie, solo parenting is definitely pretty tough and obviously I'm lucky that it's not all the time, but we're currently in the middle of a very messy home renovation. I'm also learning how to drive right now and, you know, trying to take care of relationships in my life. So there's been a lot of stress. Not good for pregnancy, not good. I'm putting a big dollop of peanut butter into my porridge, some Manuka honey and some berries, always berries. The stress is why today's video is in a partnership with Fitbit. This is Fitbit's new Sense 2 smartwatch. Now has a body response sensor that is unreal at helping with stress management. Genuinely been really helping me to keep my head above water when it comes to, you know, my mental well-being and living a healthy lifestyle. So I've got my porridge with berries and then I have to take my pregnancy supplements. And then of course I need my daily potion, elixir of life. So look at how I slept last night because I actually feel pretty good today. This is what I track my sleep on. It's like pale gold with a blue wristband. It's really pretty. The battery on this one lasts for a week and you can get a full charge for like a day in 12 minutes, which is wonderful if you're like me and you always forget to charge your devices. I got a decent amount sleep last night, but not a great sleep score. So I got just about 7 hours. So yes, if you're in the baby stage right now, know that you will be getting proper unbroken sleep again. Like toddlers are great. Well, my lad is great. He goes to bed around 7:30 and he usually wakes up at 5:30. That's the crap bit, is like he's such an early riser. On a lucky day he'll be up at 5:30, but it's rare. I do often make him kind of lie there till 6 because I just can't like jump out of bed. I'm so pregnant and that's what affects my sleep score, I think, is the pregnancy. So like if I click into restoration, the Fitbit tracks my heart rate over the entire night. My sleeping heart rate was above my resting heart rate for like most of the night. This explains that having a higher heart rate at night it means you're having a less restorative, restful sleep and your sleep might be disrupted. But when you're pregnant, your heart rate is higher. I went to bed early enough last night. Like I was asleep around 9:30. And if you look at like these stats versus these stats, these are nights when I listen to my body and go to bed pretty much like soon after my son goes to bed. and when the pregnancy insomnia isn't too bad. And then these nights are like, you know, if I stay up too late because I'm trying to have some time to myself and I'm ignoring how my body feels, or if pregnancy insomnia is keeping me awake. When you're a parent, getting sleep, like the effect it has on you is night and day. I just can't function. I can't function the next day. I do be so kind of narky and tearful and stuff if I don't sleep. So yeah, this has been so important for me, just in like recognizing that going to bed early is game changing. The Fitbit app has great features like this as well to help you to reach your sleep goals. So there's like a little survey you can do, and then it'll give you a sleep goal, which like that is on average what I would get most nights, and I feel pretty good with that. This recommends that I be asleep at 9:20. A lot of people know Fitbit has workouts, but it also has mindfulness stuff, nutrition. Like this is the premium membership. What are you doing? I'm having too much fun playing dinosaurs. I want to play dinosaurs too.
No!
Ah! My rescue cats from, you know, when I was in university basically, live here. I never really get to show them on camera because they're very, by the way, this is our building site segment of the home. They're very nervy around kids, like with my son, so they don't really stay in the house unless he's asleep. We've got Bilbo and Molly Weasley here. Are you gonna help me water the plants? Is this your one?
You won't.
No, your one. Now you have to be very careful. Our bougainvilleas are doing really well, but we never even get to sit in here with them because this room is the storage while renovations happen room. See on this one, right? So the average size leaves are like that size. It was my dad's idea to put some ground coffee in with the soil, and look at the size of these leaves. This whole branch just sprouted, and it's, I know I have to prune. Thomas did repot these as well, and hence the stingers. We're gonna have to like pull all these out, but since it went in the new soil with the coffee, it's just been like exploding. What are you doing? Yeah, you can bang that. You don't bang this. If you bang this glass, chicken, it can smash.
Right.
Smash. I have one of those children who doesn't like chocolate, but I've discovered that Smarties, these are so good for learning counting and colours and stuff. Now, are you going to count 10 sweeties?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8,
7,
8,
9, and then 10. Yeah. We'll get all the yellow.
Yellow.
And I'm going to eat this one.
This one.
This one. Thank you. I usually always give him a snack around, say like 3 or 4 hours after his breakfast. Right now his favourite snack is these Organics oat bars.
Opa.
It's like with the banana, you have to take off the skin. And this is the orange.
No!
No? You don't want any? But it's tasty. No? Okay, I'll have it.
Yay!
Help me! Okay, I'll give you all the spoons. Here's the spoons. Yeah, that's a knife. It's not a saw, it's a knife, so you don't touch the knife.
Mommy.
Only mommy.
Oh!
Oh! I don't know how we go through so many dishes. Like, this dishwasher does be on every single day. It is a small dishwasher, but like, it's emptied and filled every day. Sometimes twice a day, to be totally honest with you. Just great at playing by himself. Just running around in circles. Never in my life do I lay clothes out like this. This is something I want to start doing the night before. Usually frantically searching through piles of clean clothes that aren't even folded. I'm going for a tank top with like a cardigan over the top. I just feel like wearing really baggy clothes in pregnancy just does not make me feel good about myself. So it's too easy to just live in like really baggy clothes when you're pregnant and to feel like a big frump. So if instead I go for a more like tight top. Pregnancy jeans are out again, but you know what I mean? Like with this outfit, it's like I'm pregnant, and if I just wear a big baggy jumper, I don't look pregnant at all. Volcano. The sky filled with ash. Starlight first time I see tonight. I wish I may, I wish I might have a wish, I wish tonight. So I've allocated 10 minutes of this nap to make myself look in some way presentable because I've got a busy afternoon ahead. Oh, lovely kiss.
A baby.
A big belly. And I'm gonna get you. I get you. Did you hurt your finger? Oh, baby. Now I made a beans and spuds volcano. Rain. Oh no. That's the wrong one. So yesterday me and Thomas went on a really long walk. Well, I say really long, it was about I think it was between 8,000 or 9,000 steps. That's what my Fitbit told me anyway. And yeah, I went to bed with like a really achy pelvis, like clicky sore hips. This smartwatch makes it much easier for me to listen to my body because I'm awful for ignoring my body's signals recently. You know, if I don't go out for a long walk, I'll do on average like 3,000-4,000 steps in a day just in the house and in the garden. If I do go for a walk, it can be 9,000-10,000 steps or more. So today I'm just doing a really short walk to the playground, so we are getting outside, but that's so I'm not going to be in pain later. And I think it is really important to like just slow down when you have to slow down. Next year I have all the time in the world to get back to the proper workout routines and be trying to get my zone minutes up on the Fitbit watch and stuff, but I'm very heavily pregnant, so I'm just trying to go easy on myself right now. Oh, thank God for this massive basket. It's such a lifesaver when you go shopping. So have my walk. My little man is with his nana for 4 hours. So Thomas's mammy is my son's childminder, so she'll have him for 2 to 3 days a week, 4 hours at a time. Usually we'll line that up on days my husband is working so that I can do either work, housework, reno work, whatever during those hours. By the way, I've wolfed a snack. I was absolutely starving. I had an apple and I polished off this dark chocolate and sea salt bar. Delicious. I am also just back from my 9th driving lesson and I can't even start to talk about how like proud I am of myself learning how to drive at 33 years old. Like I have been legitimately terrified of learning how to drive for most of my life, really. Like I honestly think the fear for me started when I was a teenager because in my school there was a bus crash and unfortunately 4 girls from my school passed away in that bus crash. I went to Loretto in Navan, County Meath, in case you're wondering. It was such an awful time and I just remember at the time there was so much uncertainty about like what caused the crash, and I just kept thinking about like the responsibility you have when you get behind a wheel. Like everyone has the ability to cause someone else to die, like, you know, someone in your car, someone outside your car. Like it's a big responsibility and like I'm a kind of a nervy, jumpy person anyway, but look, it has to be done. I've another child on the way. I'm gonna have 2 children, and then with school runs and stuff, like it's really important, but also just for like my own independence. I want to be able to drive. I can't wait. My instructor definitely has a very unique way of going about things where when you get collected you drop the previous person home, so the person who just had their lesson. Like, so on my first lesson, I properly drove on roads, through roundabouts, everything on my first lesson. I'd never even driven in a car park before. He really did throw me in at the deep end, and I can imagine some people don't like that, but I feel like I learned so much more by doing. Yeah, right now I have to record some sponsored Instagram stories. I was talking to my dad about this because I was showing him, like, I had to pluck so much relevant information from the brief, like the most relevant information for the campaign that I'm taking part in. It's for World Ethics Day, so it's kind of like a very wordy sponsored set of posts, but he was just like really shocked at how much goes into, you know, a few sponsored stories. Like, it's supposed to be really easy to consume, that kind of a thing, but there's a lot of like back and forth with a brand, and then you get your brief, you have to think about how you're gonna like present the information and like how to connect it back to you and like what you're all about, and like why would it make sense for you to be talking about this thing. And then yeah, you have to make sure you're hitting on all the right important points that the brand wants you to hit on. You structure everything out, then, you know, you practice saying certain things, and then, you know, you'll get your phone and you'll set up, you'll record, you'll save them, then you have to add, you know, captions and like hashtags and all this kind of stuff, and then it gets sent back to the brand. They'll have a look at it, come back to you, possibly looking for changes, hopefully not. But it's like, it is not something I could ever do with my toddler running around. Yeah, like even an Instagram Q&A, the amount of typing that involves, like I just can't really do that stuff if someone else isn't looking after him, because with 2-year-olds, like they want to do everything dangerous. So they learn through testing you and like trying things out and climbing on and into everything in the house. And it is a full-time job to watch a toddler. Like there's no way you can juggle really minding a toddler and work. And I wouldn't even want to do that anyway, because they're so fun. They really are so fun. They're so interesting. They're just like learning everything, and their eyes are just light up at the littlest things. Like it's so beautiful it's such a privilege to get to look after a little child, and they're only little for such a short amount of time. I just get upset. I can't even talk about that. I can't even talk about like when he goes to school or like when he's bigger, because I just wish I could capture and bottle this like 2-year-old personality. He's just so amazing. And yeah, like I really struggle with like so much guilt and shame, and like, because like I love my job I have for so many years. I want to work. I love earning my own money. I love being financially independent from my husband. It's not just that, it's like I want to be able to contribute to our life together and our bills and our mortgage. And yeah, I enjoy my work, I enjoy making content, I enjoy writing, I enjoy all of it, but it's so hard to find time. So like, of course I have to have him looked after for a few hours a week, and then I feel sad then that I'm missing out on that time. You know, he's awake for what, like 13-14 hours a day, and it's only 4 hours 2-3 days a week. Like it's not that much, but I still get so like, I don't know, I just feel bad. And then while he's gone, I just feel guilty if I was to waste a second of the time. Like, even I know this is work as well, but like, you know, it's always so tempting to just like nap or like watch a YouTube video or something. But I just like, my time for me, it's not much right now, but I know this is a season of life and it will pass, so I'm trying to make the most of it and to just be grateful and enjoy it. And I am having another Coke Zero caffeine, 0 sugar. So I'm going to do these stories now. These are due over to my management on Monday. It's now Saturday. This is an issue that people don't really talk about it, but it's such a big deal, and it relates to me. Will we call the baby, say, Rebecca?
Rebecca.
Say, Nancy.
Nancy.
Say, Rosie.
Ruby.
Say, Ruby.
Ruby.
Say, Emily.
Emily.
Say, Marie.
Mommy.
Mummy. Mummy.
Name.
Names. Yeah, we have to pick a name for the baby. The baby.
Nancy.
Nancy? What about Rachel?
Rachel.
What about Claire?
Girl.
What about... What about Charlie? Can you say Charlie?
Darling.
The scrunchie has come out because my hair is already annoying me.
Oh.
Yeah, you've got fluff in your toes. You gonna pick it all out?
Mommy does.
Mommy do it too. Oh, okay. Does anyone else's toddler just not really eat meat? Like my son's never tried a bite of like meat, and even if it's like mixed in with like stew or with potatoes or anything like that, he just doesn't really like it. Thomas is vegetarian. I eat like mostly plant-based stuff and like we're fine, so I'm not really too worried. Like he's so healthy, but I don't know, I get nervous like maybe he should be experiencing all food groups right now. Well, he does get all food groups, but just not like protein from meat. This is a foolproof toddler dinner. Vegetable tomato sauce with pasta. We're actually out of lentil pasta. He usually eats lentil pasta. He prefers, because they're really skinny tubes, but it's all gone. So this is like some of my fresh pasta. So it has like, it's got egg in there. A bird's eye potato waffle. Thomas's favorite thing in the world. It's what he basically lived off as a child apparently. I've cooked some frozen broccoli, so we will see what happens to that, but there's vegetables in the sauce, so it's fine if it just gets picked at. And then you smile and then I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We do the I love my daddy book and the I love my mammy book. Not mummy, mammy.
He was very sweet about it, but I did ask
Me
him
time.
I needed the closure just of meeting him. We're entering into some Valhalla of free speech. We should be tolerant to one another. We should engage in discourse. I'll see you over there. If you enjoyed this video.
Crispy Cajun chickpea tacos are ready for dinner. Immensely proud of myself with how much fresh food I've been having recently. You might remember I made a video, it was probably like August, and you know, in my first trimester I was living off McDonald's and I just wasn't eating much real food at all, and my Fitbit's really inspired me to be more on it in terms of like cooking and stuff. You can keep a food diary using your Fitbit app and you can log specific foods and meals. This food service I've been using has been so good for that. It includes nutritional info. It's like an Irish HelloFresh, which is popular everywhere. This one's called Drop Chef, but basically there's so little waste with it and like they deliver the exact amount that you need for each recipe and like directions on how to make it. Yeah, like if Thomas isn't here and like tonight, like my dad is away on a birthday trip. My dad does live here too, but even if he was not away, you wouldn't have seen him today because he works full time. He's a manager in a factory, so he only sees my son for a little while every day. But yeah, if neither of them are here, I'll just have the second half of the meal as leftovers for lunch the next day. So I'm gonna go in, put chickpeas and then put this like guacamole on top and watch the second half of Hocus Pocus 2 and just enjoy the silence. There's no shouting, there's no banging. Every parent knows how good this time of day feels. Exhausted. I've got sleeping kitties here. See that stone fireplace? I know it looks really grubby right now, but we have a man coming this next week to restore that to its former glory. I am so excited to see it repointed. I'm even more excited for bed. Can you tell? I've just been catching up with Thomas and yeah, I miss him and I'm so fed up of this like long distance crack. Like now that we're married, like we just thought we'd never have to do long distance again. The reason how hard it's been to be parenting so much alone is on my mind is because an end is in sight. He was originally going to be doing long haul for 5 years. That was what he signed up for, to get back to his full wages during the pandemic and everything. But an opportunity has arisen for him to be working out of Dublin again early enough next year. And like, there's been a lot of tears shed about this, because I was so upset at the thought of him like missing so much of this baby's like early months, because you know they go by so fast and they're such a blur. And of course I was / am nervous about like being alone a fair bit with 2 small children, as any woman would be, I'm sure. If you've 2 kids, let me know down below how it's been for you. Slowly getting to the like really excited part where I'm just like really excited to meet my daughter. I'm gonna have a little girl, like I can't. And how cute my son is now, and the thought of like seeing him interacting with a sibling and like her getting to have him, you know, growing up with him, it's all too much. And yeah, like I want Thomas around, and we just feel so lucky that he's getting to move back to Dublin being his base airport. So him like flying out of Dublin and not doing long haul and being here every night and being able to like help with the bedtime routines. Motherhood is such a trip, you know. You go from feeling like, oh, this is the happiest I've ever been, to crying on the floor very easily if you're not looking after yourself. I experienced a touch of prenatal depression during this pregnancy, and I think I'm kind of like pretty much out of it now, but like it was really bad for most of, well, basically all of my second trimester. I started to feel lighter again a couple of weeks ago, and you know, like I've been depressed before, I know the signs, I know what to look out for, but like what was exacerbating it, this hormonal shift that I had, was just stress. Regular life stress, the stress of not having enough time to like work as much as I want to, and like all of the different house projects we have ongoing, which I usually talk more about that in my From House to Home series on this channel. But yeah, us just trying to like work our social lives in between, like my husband having a very wild job, and then yeah, like toddler and a pregnancy, and like it's been one of the most stressful times of my life this year. Definitely more stressful than secondary school, definitely more stressful than my thesis in university, but so much more rewarding. And it's just kind of the way life is, isn't it? Like the best stuff in life, you know, the meat really does come with a lot of challenge, and managing stress is everything. And that is why I'm so happy to be working with Fitbit. Highly recommend this as a Christmas gift for a loved one who you know is looking to embark on a healthier lifestyle next year, or for yourself, you know. The brand's mission is simply to help people to live more active lives by empowering them with data, inspiration, guidance to reach their goals. The stress tracking tools on the new Fitbit Sense 2 are off the charts. Has a body response sensor, tracks your stress. Just amazing. And it's really easy to get into a place in your head where you're like, I'm too far down this hole, I can't do anything about it now. It's like having a little person in the corner going like, actually, you could do this, or you could do this. It'll definitely make you feel better. The mood logging is one of my favorite features, because like my moods have just been, and it feels unreal when you can make sense of that and like what's going on with your head. Our minds, our bodies are so intertwined. We each have so much more power over how we feel than we know. And that's what I'm gonna leave you on. I have to get these kitty cats out to their kitty cat house in the back garden, and I have to dissolve my makeup off. 2-step cleansing routine as always. And then if I have enough fuel left in the tank, I might throw on a lick of moisturizer. But to be perfectly honest with you, I may not even make it into pajamas. I may fall into bed in this. Also, I do just want to say, I think this will be the last 24 hours with a, or a full day with a, you know, newborn, 6-month-old, 1-year-old. I've made them all. I've loved loved making them. Obviously I'm trying to share what's like being a mother to a child of X age without sharing my son's identity and stuff, and I just think he's at an age now where he is very aware of the camera, and it's just too difficult to capture what it's like without overstepping boundaries that I've put in place. So this will probably be the last one. When he's older, I'm going to cross that bridge when it comes about, you know, when he's wanting to be online and all that. That's so far away from me, but I just want to let him enjoy childhood as long as possible without an awareness of the internet. And yeah, I love him so much. I love being a mommy. As exhausting as it is just the most beautiful journey, crazy journey. I'm gonna go. I would talk to you all night. I'm in my bungalow alone, and it's nice to be able to talk even when there's no one here. But yeah, what was that? Why am I always weird at the end of videos? Always.